The Beef and Barnzy Show, brought to you by Bowlersmart.com, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Lightning Strikes Bowl, home of Bowlers Mart Pro Shop. By Platinum Ford, drive the difference. By Fire Lake Bowling Center, 24 state-of-the-art lanes. By True Grit Coatings, drive on our passion. By Road to Grip, king of them all. By 900 Global, striking worldwide.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me for the show today. Yes, holy shit, I did almost bowl 900. Yeah. So, RP Martin, he said, another amazing set, Stu. Transformer pin down, first impressions. Really, really like it. Kind of Tour Dynamics shape, but with way more. Yeah, I don't really see it being anything like the Tour Dynamics, but I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you're having some success with it. Thanks for the tip. Clifton, good morning. The Aggie, yes, we did miss you on Tuesday. The roads by Mel's were pretty much okay by then. Let's talk about it. Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to be in therapy to talk about it. God damn it. I've wanted to shoot 900 so bad. Like, I'm on the record saying I'd rather shoot 900 than win an eagle. So, yeah. I understand it's not necessarily a choice, but this hurt way more than getting the second place in the all events. Well, hopefully the line at Costco isn't as big as the last time I went into Costco. Good God. Surprisingly, no, not nervous. I just got it in a little bit, and as soon as I let go of it, and I knew I was in trouble. If I'd have thrown it a little worse, I think I would have got away with it. That's the thing. I've actually my teammate Nick is quite the videographer, so I've got quite a few more shots of the night. I'll put that video up in a minute. Of the last few of basically the whole night, so we can kind of not necessarily break down, but we can have a look at how much I moved during the night. Didn't change ball. Billy, good morning. Kevin, thank you. Even though you fans are congratulating me, yeah, that's because they don't know how much of an asshole I am about OU. Tyler, hey, what's going on? David, nice to see you. Ray, thanks. Yeah, 889 and the Pats back where they belong in the Super Bowl. And no NFC East team to play, so feeling good. Feeling good. Nah, leave them to it. I didn't realize that they'd stole my time slot, but there you go. Gabriel, nice to see you. So yeah. Yeah, it is time for me to talk about me. Oh, good for them. Hopefully they raise a bit of money. Well, here's the thing. That would have been one of the most unlikely 900s of all time, because I'm the high average in the building at 227 going into 228 going into that week. The averages are off 235 and it's 90%. So that's kind of why I managed to get to the old 904 with handicap, but still. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate you. Hey, Dan. Nice to see you. Yeah, I moved quite a bit, actually. No, I haven't changed my picture to Chris's fuzzy hair yet. It's more like Kevin Williams' hair. Packy and Kyle are born live for $100 for charity. Okay. Are they actually together, or are they bowling in two different locations? Thanks, Lee. David. Diana, thank you. No, Nathan was in Colombia. He wasn't there. Someone yelled hold in the clip posted by Storm. I was confused. Yeah, well, I missed left. They just didn't realize that they really needed it to skid. We needed the light hit right out of the gate. We needed a light hit. But yes. We got quite a few comments coming in. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. I did have to point out to my guys that we only won totals by 30 pins, and going into the 9th and 10th, we were actually in danger of losing totals for the night. And I told them that I was going to replace them all if I bowled 900 and we lost totals. So, yeah. Yeah. Didn't get to I thought it would have been kind of ironic if the first person in Texas history to bowl 900 would have been a guy from England. That would have been pretty funny. So, all right. Let's I'll put this on mute because it's kind of loud, the background noise, but we've only got vertical. So this is the 10th frame of game 1. That's kind of what we needed. We needed that light hit. So we're playing somewhere just left of 15. We had a lot of those type of strikes during the night. So yeah, the reason why I put my finger up there is because the guy I was bowling against struck in the 10th frame, and there was a lady who was a couple of pairs down who had had a couple of too many shandies, and she went crazy when he threw the strike because she thought he was the one who shot the 300. So like then I was letting her know, yes, it would have been okay. Somebody's saying that there has been a 900 in Texas. There you go. Okay, well, congrats to Sean. Didn't know that. Anyway, so this is so that was game 1. This is like, what's this? Like the 8th frame of game 2. My boy Nick doesn't realize that filming from the left side is useless, but can't get the help these days. That's what I needed to do. I could get it almost as far right as I wanted to. But yeah, it's kind of hard. I almost 7-9'd on that shot. It's kind of hard really to go through it because nice video, Nick. Appreciate that one. But this was a pretty good one. I knew that one straight away. So, somebody's asking, what's the longest run of strikes before the 889? I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I think I've had a couple in the 30s, but I don't really, I don't really necessarily keep track that much, to be perfectly honest. I've had, I think I've had the front 24 6 times now. No. If you do want to come down to the clinic on Saturday, we still have some spaces left. So contact Jody Mann. But yes, me and Stephanie Johnson are running a clinic down in New Braunfels at Fiesta Bowl. It's notionally about the Open Championships, but that's really just a framework to chat about just bowling in general and how, a game plan of how you should attack the lanes. We can even talk about the house shot if you want to. Yeah. So please come down, come and join us. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have some giveaways as well. So yeah, should be a good one. Is this your first drill in a phase 2 pearl? No, I've drilled quite a few of them. I drilled 2 different ones to start with for the videos. I didn't particularly love either one of those. Then when we went up to the plant, for the storm camp. I drilled one a little stronger, which was about, I think it was like a 4.5-inch pin. That really opened my eyes up to the possibilities with this ball. So I've kind of, this one was a 4.75-inch pin, and I think it's about a 2.5-inch buffer. I've obviously, this was the first time I used it. I drilled it about half an hour before league. So yeah. Yes, 100%. Bring all of your balls down. We can at least, work through your arsenal with you, which ones I think are junk, which ones make sense, where they'd fit together, where you might want to add something. Yeah, I think that's for me, that's what I would do if I was trying to take advantage of it. So for sure. DL Tippett, do you suggest throwing a hook at left spine spreads or going straight with plastic? Any suggestions on improving picking up the 3-6-10 for a right hander? On a house shot, I think I think that hooking at them is fine because you got so much room for miss. I do think if you're going to bowl tournaments, though, it isn't a bad idea to start throwing straight at all of your spares. For the 3-6-10, I think you've got to really figure out which way you miss that. If you tend to hit too high on the 3-pin, then it's a case of, trying to really focus on the 6-pin. And then for me, I tend to miss that spare right. So when I'm going at it, I tend to try to make sure that I go from a long way from the left side, and I try to make sure I hit a lot of the 3-pin, because with the angle, I'm trying to force the 6-pin into the 10-pin. That's how high I want to hit on the 3-pin, because just in general, I miss right way more. So for me, if I'm hitting a little too high on the 3-pin from way left, I'm still going to spare it. But when I have my miss and I miss right, I'm going to get away with it. So, hey, Landon. No, this was actually a different one. This one was drilled a little bit weaker. And like I say, it seems to have worked okay, especially on this house shot. So, anyway, let's get back to throwing some more strikes. So I moved in about an arrow between the end of sort of like game 2 and this point. If I'd have finished on the right lane, I feel like I would have probably shot 900 because the right lane was just so much easier for me. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but I had way less lucky strikes on the right lane than I did on the left lane. I think this is a good one. I think this is my last really good shot on this lane. Yeah, that was a good one. And it's funny, like when you strike, but you feel like you're in much more of a box. Oh, that, yeah, that's a photo. There we go. This is the one where I got really lucky. I admit that's exactly the same shot as I had in the 10th frame. I just didn't throw it as well. And then these are shots if you've seen online. This one was pretty good. Got that 10-pin out though. Actually, I think I tell a lie. I think I got this on a line that I was pretty happy with. This next one, let's turn the volume up for this one. Oh, I just pressed the wrong. Sorry. It's very fiddly. Oh, here it is. So yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about. But as soon as I let go of it, I knew it wasn't going to strike. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping that it was just going to lay there and splash him a little bit. I still think that the attempt at a 900 is the thing that brings the bowling community together the most. Only positives. I don't know why, but like when somebody's going for 900, everybody wants them to get it. Like, because they want to say that they were there when somebody shot 900, or it's just there's so much mystique to the 900. And of course, um, you're bowling against the pins. Like, you're not stopping somebody else from getting anything. Um, so yeah, it's cool. Like, when somebody wins the US Open, a bunch of the people are upset because they wanted the other guy to win. But when it's 900, it's like it just feels like it's one of the few times when everybody's sort of like on the same side and being positive. So that was really cool. It was a shout out to all the people in the league who hung around to watch. And we had a little bit of an issue with the lane before the third game. So we were a little bit behind, and a bunch of guys hung out, were cheering me on. So yeah, that was a pretty fun ride. Um, yes, exactly. But it feels like it's a team win for the whole bowling center. Like it's very cool. I've wanted to shoot 900 for forever. You've seen my handle. I have always been Stu 900. It would have been pretty sweet if I could have actually been Stu 900. Um, but yeah, I think that was probably my one run at it. I don't know that you have multiple front 35, 34, 35, 36 in your life. Um, no, I made the spare. That's why it was 889. Um, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It brings us together in positivity. I mean, just a small thing like the PBA have appointed a new CEO. I think that this is 100% what we've needed for a while. I think the fact that um the fact that he um is a high up Bolero employee or Lucky Strike, I think is really, really good. I think that people who have, he's got a seat at the table to make the decisions. So I think it gives him a little bit more power to making, positive decisions for the PBA and not having to ask someone. Like, he can make the decisions himself on the fly. Since Coley left, we haven't really had that. And I think that that's made it, yeah, it's just not helped us. So, um, yeah, I'm optimistic because I think if the PBA is going to be successful going forward, we needed something like this. So I think that's cool. I was really saddened to read some of the comments on the PBA's post. It's like, come on, guys, like, yeah, it doesn't all have to be like doom and gloom every time, and we don't have to be just super negative all of the time. It's just it gets a little wearing after a while. I don't know why people don't get just bored of just being miserable. Like, um, do you know the biggest disappointment for me about Kimberly leaving, other than she's an awesome person, is the fact that I can't go to this first stop of the year and troll the shit out of her because Drake May got to the Super Bowl and Sam Darnold got to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. So um he had an off-brand MMA, I believe, that he'd got quite a bit of traction with ESPN. So he is coming in, and he wasn't previously with Lucky Strike. Um but like, yeah. Um, yes, I believe, yes, that is the direction that that relationship is going to go. I believe that Tom is going to be the person who's going to guide him on the bowling side of it. Um, because it's hard to expect him to know everything about the intricacies of formats. Like, he's not going to give a shit about what format we bowl. That's going to be left to Tom. He's going to be focusing on the growth and sponsorship side of it, and just being he's the CEO. So, um, There you go. He got work with Under Armour and the NFL before the PFL. So yeah, I hadn't like spent a whole host of time looking at it, but yes, I'm excited by it. I think it's what we need. Whether it will turn it around quickly enough to make a huge difference to me, I don't know, but I am optimistic. I kind of like um, the fact that we've got more broadcast partners now. Um, I'm sad that we don't have Fox, but we've got to roll with the punches and go with what we've got. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just gonna quickly screen back up to see if there was any other questions. A couple of people asking what was the longest string. Yeah, I think this is probably it. I think I have had I believe remembering having 32 before. Um what was the layout? That was a 4 3/4 inch pin. I would guess it would be about a 5 inch um notional PSA, I guess, and then a 2.5 inch buffer. Um Phenomenal set. What would you have done after if you shot Bowling Immortality? Would you retired? I doubt you would have. We were actually laughing about that. Yeah. Um I yeah. It would have been cool because I would have been the only person to shoot 900 and have a PBA title. So yeah. Um that would have been pretty cool. Um yeah, it's been a good start to the year. I've actually got two league sets with 34 strikes out of 36 so far this year already. Um yeah. So I had an 858 a couple of weeks ago and now this. Yeah, like I say, that the fun aspect of it, other than like only taking one shot every frame, is just that like once it gets late on, um, there's just so many people who are at the back, rooting you on and think that it's the one time, like I say, where the whole bowling center comes together. I remember Maria was bowling on the Queen show, and we tried to get it on the big screens, and one of the guys in the league didn't want it on. Like, and Maria bowled in the center, and we can't even get it on when she's playing against people who we couldn't give two shits about. So, I shot 889. I had the front 34. I was using a phase 2 pearl. I drilled it about half an hour before I went to the bowling center. So, congrats. What's the best bowling ball for a lefty to throw down and in, throwing 14 miles an hour and 275 revs? Without much more context than that, I think that something uh like a ooh, gremlin or a next factor would be fun for you to fit in there. Was Wesley Lowe the last person to shoot 900? Is that what you're saying? That's still pretty good, Pat. 18. It's always fun when you get past that 300 and you just keep going. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking, man, I'm going to have to retire this ball without a miss. And I'd probably put that one on the shelf. As of right now, Maria's bowling, throwing balls with all logos on them. As of right now. So, Clayton, great. Always fun when you just can't miss. Really enjoyed watching you bowl. Yes. Um, yeah, I mean, I knew it was in trouble. I mean, we can, you can put me in therapy and I can rewatch it if you want. I think this is the one that
Come on,
this is the
dude.
one I actually struck. And then this is the one. So yeah, I'm starting to get like the shakes of seeing that 6-pin go low around that 10-pin. Oh yeah. No, Wesley doesn't have a national title. No. Yeah, they went separate ways. It's yeah. Unfortunately, things happen. My best string was 21. Yeah, what is everybody's best string? No, if you hear the audio, as soon as I let go of the 35th one, I was like, oh shit. I knew the 35th one was in trouble. The 34th one was money. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah, the 35th one was in. Now I got it off my hand good. If I'd have got it off my hand a little worse, I would have probably got away with it with the light hit because everything was carrying, obviously. Congrats on the wish I was still bowling. I hate the fact people bitch all the time about bowling. We're our own kryptonite. Yes, yeah, it is. It is a little sad at times. How often are you and Nathan going to have an argument on tour this season? I don't tend to have arguments. I just tend to end the conversations abruptly when I'm not really feeling what they're saying. So I don't really have an argument with them. I just am like, all right, we're done. And I just walk off and I do my thing. And they're fine with that because like they've got plenty of people to help. So yeah. I'm not I'm not a big one really for getting in. Like maybe after the block, we'll have a conversation about, it's never about them saying something that was wrong. It's generally more about them not having coverage of the center and not being where they were supposed to be and things like that frustrate me more. Like I've been wrong a bunch of times. That's why I'm asking them. So the solution obviously isn't easy because if it was easy, I'd have already found the solution. So, yeah. Yeah, it was a fun night. I can't believe actually how chilled I was. I didn't really necessarily feel the juice very much at all. Like it was just more fun. We were having a good chats at the back and yeah, I mean, it just, I don't know, just that night, it just felt like they were all just going to fall over. Like, it's never really been like that before for me. I mean, I've had plenty of sets over 850, but I've never had one where I just felt so like, yeah, this is the night I'm going to do it, yeah, I mean, it was fun. We don't actually have a strike pot in that league, but I did do quite well in the side action that night. So shout out to Anthony Coates for running it. I moved about 10 boards during the night. So, I was probably moving, about every five or six frames. Like, just getting across there. So, yeah, I mean, like for me, it's just, yeah, for me, it was just a standard kind of move as I go. Yes, that is definitely my highest set. I don't drink, but if I did, I would have probably drowned my sorrows that night. I was gutted when I missed that. Oh man, that sucked. To get that far and then miss is just like, oh. Uh thanks, Ryan. Yeah. I am I am the EJ Tackett of League. Um yeah, I am a pretty good league bowler. Brian, yeah, 877. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And like I say, it's one of those things where it's just I want to shoot 900 so bad because it's just like the funnest thing. Um, yeah, it's just like the funnest thing. Um, yeah, I don't really know how to say it any other way. It's the one time in bowling where you can be perfect, like actually perfect, not like debatably perfect. It's like, yeah. Um, yeah, this isn't local league legend though. This is like multi-state league legend. Oh shit. So that's great. I pushed the second game. Daniel Spells was bowling our league. He shot 300 the second game, so shout out to him. So we ended up splitting that high game part. But yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, Jay. Nice set. 878 with a high road just after signing. Yeah, that is awesome. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, so who's winning in this packy match? Is anybody got this stream on the other side? Um uh yeah. I mean, my average was 228 in that league before then. So yeah, it is. I mean, 23 and 24 is a pretty nice pair in there. If you're gonna do it on almost any pair, that's gonna be the pair. Um, but I am a little nervous, I guess, anxious to the next time I go out and bowl league because the first time I miss, it's going to be like if it's like in the fifth frame, it's going to be like oh, because we often used to make the joke in Phoenix when I thought that there was actually a good chance I could do it. That the first time you miss, we'd always say like, "Oh, 900 gone for another week." I haven't been really doing that very much, but yeah. Uh, Yeah, those things are like really hard to keep track of. Um you kind of need a couple of cameras at each venue to like be able to keep the scores up and stuff. But when you do that, then you don't yeah, it's just it is a little rough. But sounds like Kyle's put on a show, so good for him. Um I don't necessarily have much for you other than, I'm ace. I almost bowled 900. Um, got the same amount of people watching between the two shows at 42. Yeah, well, we've got like 190 something watching on YouTube, and I'm sure they do too. Well, I'm sure Packy has way more watching than that on YouTube. So, yes, yeah, the 289 was the front 10, and then a sort of half 10 to finish up. So yeah. Um Game plan before the season starts. Um don't really have one as such. Just keep working on the game. Keep trying to dial in the arsenal, kind of knowing where things fit, like moving a few balls in and out of the arsenal. Um I think for me, I'm trying to kind of have my arsenal a little bit more set like it was a couple of years ago. Um, not be not be having like one-off balls that I can't really get replacements for during the season. So I think that that's like a bit of a problem. Like when you like rely on a ball, like so for example, like an attention star. Um, if you've only got one of those left, it's kind of hard to rely on that ball in your arsenal, knowing that halfway through the season, it's that one's going to be tired and done, and you need to replace it. Well, what do you replace it with? So, no, I didn't use a transformer at all. No, I used phase two pearl the whole time. Yeah, phase two pearl the whole night. I think I would have. I think I would have probably just put it on the shelf. Um, and the fact that it was brand new, so it would have only had strikes for score, would have been fucking cool. Like it was brand new. I took it down to the bowling center from the press. So, yeah. I actually really didn't really think about it too much. Like, we were just bullshitting and like, I was texting with one of the tour reps and like just having a good time with it. You know, I didn't really worry about it too much. Yeah, it was strange. Um, it says, "Hey Stu, good luck this upcoming year. If you had to recommend one ball for someone picking up the sport again after a long, long layoff, what would it be?" Um, I think um depending on how you throw it is always going to give you a different option. But I would look for something either something like a phase two or a asymmetrical pearl ball because I think that they're the ones that are just kind of in play the most. Um maybe maybe a gremlin just because it's just so much cheaper than the other asymmetrical pearl balls. So they would have been the two that I would look at. Do you see phase two pearl as a usable ball on tour or just for league? I think I'm going to get some use out of it on the tour. Yeah, for sure. Um, my finger is still sore, but it's way more manageable now. I've yeah, the grip change has helped. I spoke with a chiropractor who kind of gave me um some tips on like kind of managing it, some of the painkillers that would work the best. And just in general, it really hasn't been as bad. Um yeah. So fortunately, like going up a couple of sizes in the grips has helped relieve some of the stress. Shout out to Gary Robinson at Strike a Lot for the new fit and with just telling me like your grips are way too small. Since I've done that, that's helped a lot. Um, and yeah, yeah, it's like I say, it's been good recently, obviously. But yeah. Thanks, Dan. He says, "Congrats. How many balls and what balls are you taking, and what balls are staples at the moment?" I'm probably going to take, probably start off with mid 20s and then just add to it as I go. Balls that are I'm liking at the minute. Equinox is still I'm still friendly with the Equinox. Um, Still trying to kind of work out whether the XL is going to be it. I've still got a few of those left. So right now, XL is one of the balls that I kind of like. It's that, the sort of bigger ball. Also, if I need that, super strong ball, Ion Max is still fine. That still fits that role. And then off that, this phase two Pearl, Equinox Pearl. Well, Equinox, yeah, the first Equinox. Um, yeah, and then I mean, off that, I have I am still trying to figure out which couple of the Transformers I like the best. Um, that ball seems to be um good rather than great right now, which is is useful in an arsenal. I'm just trying to dial in the layout. So I've got the one where I know that when I'm in this one, I'm going to throw a bunch of strikes. Viking is another ball that I like quite a bit. But again, Viking, Transformer, and Equinox tend to step on each other's toes a little bit. So working through that and trying to figure out, what's the best way to accommodate all of those. Outside of that, I really like this next factor. That gives me a very unique reaction that I don't necessarily have from anything else. So I like that ball a lot. And yeah, another one it's kind of strange. Like the Transformer is a shape that I don't really necessarily like, but it's a shape that I need to like. I've got to adjust my eyes to it because when I have used it, I've struck a bunch with it a couple of times, but I've got to learn how to see that shape a little better about knowing when to get out of it. What's the issue with it? When's the time to get out of it? When's the time to make an adjustment with my hand? Um, so yeah. Yeah, there's always a comedian in the cap. Did I beat you even if you were bowling no tap? Um Hello, sorry. Amazing balls do lots of striking lately. My teammate Drew had the first 33 for 866. Oh, that sucks. Did he like 710 or something? I had 300 second game too, my seventh, but my first in the last 10 years. Awesome. But 766 looked like nothing next to y'all. Yeah, I mean 766 is still a nice set though. Yeah, that's very nice. So yeah, congratulations and like commiserations to you, buddy. That's a long way to go to yeah. Like I say, 34 in a row is a long way to go to not get the cheese. Um so yeah. Any early thoughts on the Vengeance? That was the ball I was meaning to say. Did I say Transformer when I was saying about I don't necessarily like the shape? Vengeance. I don't know why I get there. Sorry. The Vengeance is the ball that that is a shape that's very smooth that I don't necessarily like. My eye doesn't necessarily like it, but it's a shape that I need to use. Because it's different from what I like to see. So embracing more reactions is kind of what I need to do. So yeah, sorry. I feel like that ball is very smooth, smoother than a phase two for me. But yes, um, the pro shop guy Gary, he likes it also. The owner, he liked the shape he got out of it. He threw a pretty decent shot, but it jumped on him. Hadn't moved all night, but the right lane was starting to hook earlier. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't possibly do that. Not move all night. Yeah. Hey Billy, are you looking to replace that, or are you looking to get something to complement that? And either way, did you like that ball? Yeah, there was no chops with Nathan this week, Nick. No chops. Stop taking videos from the left side, only from the right side. But I appreciate you. We got it documented quite well. I think we had 15 shots. So that was pretty nice. Thank you. But anyway, thanks for listening to me and this therapy session. Yeah, it's that it turned into. Man, that still sucks. but I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. We're making big strides this year so far. Hopefully that translates when I get out on tour. Thanks, Trav. I appreciate it. I do a lot. Yeah, thanks, Chad. I'll get to your question in a second. Steve, you said you drilled the new one. Did you put some surface on it before bowling? I did. I did crack the surface just a little bit, but not a lot. Hey Nico, I think they get back this weekend. It feels like they've been there a month. Is V the same type of shape as the gem, or does it want to shape a bit more? No, not. I find it really hard to compare asymmetrical and symmetrical balls. Like the gem looks like it really revs fast and then gets forward because of the core. The vengeance is just like it feels like it's super cover strong and it's just um yeah, like it's just it's very predictable. I think it could be a ball for you on sort of the fresher patterns, you know, because you've got a lot of rotation, and I think it should help you with that. Um, hey Dylan, I just don't like the vacuum grips, and when they move, it just feels awful to me. Because even when they're glued in, they just feel I don't like the flexing in them. Yeah, what 2 more strikes, it would have been enough. 2 more strikes, it would have been enough. Then you know, it would have been the true Stu 900. Yeah. Nah, well. You know what? You know what I did the next morning? I went and practiced because I'm a crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. Okay. I mean, for me, if you want to get something to complement that, I think you should look towards a quicker ball. So, um, of the balls out right now, if you want something weaker, I think Next Factor wouldn't be a bad option. Add a little bit of surface to it if you need to. Um, and then if you wanted to go a little stronger and that sort of like type of, you know, a little stronger and a little bit quicker, phase two pearl might not be a bad option. Um, no, no, I know they've been there 10 days. I understand that. I said, but it feels like a month. Like, you know, I do this show with Chris twice a week. He's missed 3 shows. Like, you know, just like I say, lots of things have happened. Um, Stu, what ball would you recommend for slower speed, higher rev bowlers? I that vengeance actually probably wouldn't be a bad option for a slower speed, higher rev bowler. You know, you could take the surface up a little bit if you couldn't get it down the lane enough, but I think it really would um blend it. I've drilled a couple of cases of transformers for customers. Well, good work, but I don't think any of them have changed the surface. Did you change the surface on any of yours? Yeah, I felt like for me, it needed more surface. Um, yeah, yeah, I definitely feel like it needs more surface. Um, for me, yeah, it's just a little bit. It's not quite as controllable as I like with the shiny surface. Yo, Joey Bagger. Joey got the text after I got to 18 strikes that said, I'm halfway to bowling immortality. I almost got there, Joe. Yeah, they could have changed. They could have changed it to 900 Williams. I would have been okay with that. They'd have had to pay me some royalties, but yeah, that would have been pretty sweet. Imagine bowling it with a 900 global ball and they do you a limited edition, like, you know, they just change the logo and instead of it saying 900 global, it's got 900 Williams. That would be fucking awesome. Maybe that's the motivation I needed. Thanks, Cliff. Uh yeah, maybe that's the motivation I needed. Yeah. Joey. So, anyway, thank you. Thanks. Um, if you get a chance, please support some of these sponsors that support us. Platinum Ford, I got my new truck out on the drive. Storm, Rotogrip, 900 Global, Coolwick, Turbo, Bowlers Mart, Firelight Bowling Center, Lightning Strikes. Thanks for watching. If you are in the Texas, well, I guess the Central Texas area, send me a message if you would like to come down to the clinic that me and Steph Johnson have going on Saturday down in New Braunfels. If you don't know where New Braunfels is, it's between San Antonio and Austin. It's about an hour south of Austin. So, yeah, please come and join us. It's going to be a good time. If you need any more information, just reach out on any of the socials and I will get you all the details you need. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the show. Man, I wish I'd thrown that extra 2 strikes. Fuck. All right. Take it easy. I will see you next week. And oh, somebody just popped in. Bob. I might be 358. Would you pin up on a transformer or in the... If you go pin up, you won't be able to hit the wing. I prefer the layouts that miss the wing, so I would go pin up. Yeah, Bob. You'll see a little bit more down the lane. Yeah, go buy stuff from them. Our sponsors. Please support them. All right. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.